Hello, all in Defiance. I am judging Gene Emerson versus Jay Briggy. I like the matchup. They both have a good history that they both go over very well, I thought. I will say, I thought Jay Briggy was better here. He caught your attention right off the bat. He went through a good story. I do think the later half of this promo was not as good as the first half. I will say that. Gene Emerson kind of kept a steady pace. It wasn't bad. He didn't have anything that was really, he went over a lot of history, which wasn't as good. There was a couple darts that he hit there. The flow was okay. I just thought Jay Briggy had some good lines, some good wording, and he was kind of funnier. But I really say he dropped the ball definitely in the second half of the promo, would be my opinion. I'll still go with Jay Briggy.
Defiance Universe, what is up? You guys already know what it is when I hit your phone screens. And I'm here to judge Jay Briggy versus Gene Emerson. And it was a very, very tough match, man. But I have to give the win to Gene Emerson, and I'm going to tell you why. Briggy, there was a part in your promotional video where it looked like it was two different videos. You like transitioned into a different video and then repeated yourself with exactly the same thing you just said from the last video you just transitioned to. And I felt like your promo was probably a little bit too long for my liking. I think if you would have cut it down to like 4 minutes and said all the jabs you said in the beginning, you would have been good. Gene Emerson, it was a solid promo, man. I like the story that you told. Both of you guys actually told a good story about how you guys' history, how you guys met, and everything. You know what I mean? But I had to give the win to Gene Emerson. My man was passionate. You could tell he wanted that. Not saying that Briggy didn't want it, but there was a little slip-ups for Briggy, man. I don't know if he was, like, trying to rush or, like, wasn't really focused. Not saying that he did a bad job, but there was a little slip-ups, man. But, yeah, Gene Emerson.
Guys, ought to be short with this. I am at work. I am hardly finding any time to judge here lately, but this was a very good matchup. I thought Gene had some good shots in here, but ultimately JB just really destroyed him with the verbal jabs and all the smack talk. So my win is going to have to go to Jason Brigden, picking up the victory in my eyes this week. Hector continues to get really a lot better than he used to be. So credit to Hector, but McFly definitely had the better flow, the better delivery, and had the better promo overall. So McFly's got my vote in this one.
Hi, I'm judging for Defiance Hector Flores versus Elijah McFly. I have to say Elijah McFly, I think, wins this one. Not like it was bad, because I actually think Elijah McFly had a better delivery and better flow throughout the whole thing, and he knew where he was going at all times. Even though I feel like a lot of it was kind of cliche stuff that he has gone through a little bit and says. Hector, really, I will say this, that opening and that first part was really hard to get through. I actually thought you got better as the promo went on. I actually was like, wow, this is getting a lot better. And it was more exciting as it went on. because you went into something more, instead of saying the most generic stuff there was something more interesting, I thought. And you didn't do the cliche stuff. So that's my opinion.
Defiance, I'm back here judging Elijah McFly versus Hector Coffee Cakes / Flores. And this was a good, even match, for real. Both of you guys had mistakes. Elijah McFly, I'll start with you. Your music turned really loud towards the end. It was very hard to hear you. You might want to check that the next time you edit it and put it together. And then the sudden pause of the music and then what you said. I understand that the delivery you was trying to send there, but it just didn't work. You should have just, tuned it up a little bit. But you told a solid story. I really enjoyed it. Hector, I like what you did there with the switch. You showed a person in the beginning that was very doubtful. You know what I mean? And then your second half was very determined to get this W on Elijah McFly. But I just think that it fell a little flat at the end, man. Like, I want to see some more intensity, some more aggressive, some more jabs. I understand you're trying to tell a story, and it was beautiful, but at the end, I need more jabs, man. Let's act like a heavyweight fight. So in this match, I give it to Elijah McFly.
Hello, all in Defiance. I am judging Shady versus Havoc. This match, I'm going to say, was I felt underwhelming. I felt like these two could have been, I'd say the key word would have been more creative. I don't feel like there was very creative stuff in between both of them. I will have to go with Shady on the winner of this one. I felt like he did not have a good first half of the promo. It was very hard to get through. But the second half kind of got you, and he knew where he was going there. As Havoc, it was kind of the same thing, just kind of mainstream. He just kind of went on to one point and didn't really say too much that really grabbed my attention. I mean, you stayed in character really well, and you definitely had a presence. But I think Shady had more impactful words.
Next up, we got Shady taking on Sergeant Havoc. This was a pretty good matchup. Sergeant Havoc getting better and better every time I see him. But Shady's going to pick up the win here with his flow, his delivery, his editing, which is absolutely fantastic, and his charisma, which just translates great off screen and kind of gets you motivated and kind of gets the blood pumping. So I'm going to have to go with Shady in this one. A very good matchup and very good performance by Sergeant Chaos.
Defiance Universe, I am here judging the main event of Audacity, Shady Sean McKenzie versus Sergeant Havoc. And I gotta say, this was a very, very personal match. Both of you guys stayed on the same topic throughout both of you guys' promos. And to be honest, I wish I would have had more storytelling when it came to it. Not just one subject arguing about something that happened somewhere else. You know what I mean? But when it came down to it, Sergeant Havoc, you had some good one-liners, you had a good presence, but it wasn't enough to beat Shady Sean McKenzie. He is, he re-ramped himself from last week, because I'm not gonna lie, his promo was decent last week. This one, way better. I cannot complain. Yeah, so Shady's a winner, guys.
Johnny Blade and Josh Steele might be match of the week for both shows. I thought it was great. Josh's promo, Steele's promo, I thought I was on acid watching the damn thing. It was very, very distracting to me. Very distracting. It kind of took away from your promo for me a little bit. Whereas Johnny Blade, I saw him perfectly. I saw his eyes. He was into this one. You both brought up the week before and the season ahead. I thought that was good on both your parts. Blade's really worrying about the season, wanting to make the playoffs. Blade has an urgency to him, and I love that. I love that he healed on Tennessee, where we were. His facials were great. I like his background, the Johnny Blade background. I thought that was good. The JB line with JB, Jay Briggy or Johnny Blade is better for facing Steele. I thought he had good lines. Yeah, he was more in. I saw him. He was there. He was into it. So I enjoyed Johnny Blade's promo a little more here. So I went with that. I went with who I enjoyed more. I enjoyed Blades more here. So Johnny Blade gets my vote.
Hello, Defiance. I am judging the match between Johnny Blade and Steele. This was a fun match to watch between both of them. I had to watch it a couple times to make sure who I was really voting for. This literally could have gone either way for me. But I went with Steele on this one. He had some great wordplay throughout the match, and it was pretty good. I laughed several times on it. Actually, I thought Johnny Blade probably would have faced anybody else during this week. He would have won. I really feel like that's what it would have been, because he did so good with the energy. The character was good. He knew where he was going each time. He had a good presence. The believability was behind each word. But I just have to go with Steele because he had pretty much overall a greater promo.
Johnny Blade taking on Steele, Josh Steele. Pretty good matchup here. Johnny Blade has kind of gotten a little bit better on his flow and delivery, storytelling as well. Pretty good. Editing, the production, decent. Not good enough to beat Josh Steele with probably one of the best flows and deliveries in the history of our EFED bubble anyways. It is unbelievable how fast this guy can talk and how fast he can think. It's a talent that I can't even do. So Johnny Blade, don't feel bad. This is Josh Steele style. He will cut you up verbally with how quick he can talk and how fast and how clever his shit talk is. He's got great one-liners, also great at the storytelling. Flow and delivery is excellent as well. Josh Steele is my winner this week. Johnny Blade did a great job. Just pick up the pace just a little bit. The intensity just needs to be picked up a little bit more. But like I said, I'm going to have to give the win to Steele.
Hello, all in Defiance. I am judging Dante Black versus Draven66. I actually will say I kind of liked more and more I get to see him, more and more I think he's getting better. He was very clear and concise of where it happened. I thought the volume issue was the biggest problem with his. It was very short and sweet. Draven did a fine job capping off what he needed. But he didn't have the impact I thought he would at all times. The delivery wasn't there at all times. His opening was very soft. I will say that Dante Black knew where he was going, knew what he was doing, even though he goes through some cliche stuff, and I don't care how fast it is, but I thought he did better, and he had more of a drive. The delivery was there, the impact, you felt it each time he talked. So.
All right, let's just get right to it here with Draven versus Dante. I went with Dante here. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. It's going to be very hard to beat Dante. Anyway, no matter who you are. He's got that it factor. It's going to be very hard to beat that. I'm not going to critique Dante. What I am going to do is thank Draven. Thank Draven for listening. Less is more. I think you gave about a 2-minute promo. I thought that was your best promo that you've given. You had more of a presence. Just keep building. You started doubting yourself a little bit. You started with the whole, everybody's going to doubt me. Everybody's doubting me. I'm going to show everybody. All right, we get it. You're going to show everybody. Show us. Much improved Draven. I appreciate it. Thank you. But Dante, you got this one.
Defiance Universe, what is up? I'm here judging Dante Black versus Draven 666. I'm gonna get straight to the point. Dante won. Draven, you every week you come out, you try, but you always fail. And instead of you being upset and mad and crying and bitching, you still come back and you still fight. We need to see a little bit more intensity. You know, go more. Know what you want to say when you come in. Just like Dante did. He knew everything he was going to say, how he was going to attack you. Yeah. You know, try to do the same thing, man. And I just talk to my hands. Let's doing that, man. Because I know that you talk a lot with your hands. You do like this and like that. And like, sometimes that can be very distracting what you're trying to say. But yeah, man, Dante Black's the winner.
I am judging Master of Illusions versus Heathen. This was a really good match too. I liked this one a lot. This was almost could have gone either way. I had to go with Heathen overall. I felt he had a great presence, his believability behind character. A lot of the words he hit, I felt stuck better in this match. And I wouldn't say he was most creative, but it was pretty good overall. As I think the Master of Illusions, he did a good job too, honestly. I liked it. He had a great presence. His character could have a little bit more believability. It was really hard for me to decide on this one. I liked both of them though.
Next up, we got Heathen taking on Master of Illusion. Two guys, I love their work to death. This match didn't click for me, and I'm going to tell you why. First, we got Master of Illusion looking like Bubba Ray Dudley, but I don't mind that at all. I love how you monetize yourself with the white glasses, with the creepy hat. You got a whole poltergeist, Undertaker thing going on, and it fits the character. Now, what doesn't fit the character is the amount of comedy that you put into this promo. Flow and delivery were great, Luke. This was a good promo by you, but it doesn't fit the character. Therefore, the storytelling was just, it wasn't that great. It was just one-liners. It was who can out-shit talk the other guy, and that's fine if that is how your character is, but that's not your character. So then we go on to Heathen. Heathen started out great, was doing awesome. But my problem with Heathen's promo was that he started to repeat himself. It's like he lost subject material throughout the promo. He just absolutely could not even remember what Master of Illusion does or anything about him at all. It just, it was your typical generic sayings like, I'm going to beat the brakes off of you, I'm going to do this and that, da-da-da-da. Again, though, the flow and delivery were great. I love Luke's work and I love Heathen's work. They do great shit. Don't get me wrong. But I'm going to have to go with Heathen in this because I think it felt like he stayed a little bit more true to his character, unlike Luke. Like I said, if Luke's going to go this path, at least change the character. Don't call yourself Master of Reality, Master of Illusion, none of that. Just be a comedy character, come up with a great name for it. You can do it, you can pull it off. You pulled it off in this promo, but that right there, that was not the Undertaker of E-Feds right there. That was if Mark Calloway did comedy, and it just did not click with me. Heathen is the winner.
Tough match to judge between Masters and Heathen. I went with Heathen here. Only for a couple reasons. I guess in the end, I feel Heathen had more of a direction, whereas Masters had a little too much fun, I think, and it wasn't serious enough for me. It was fun. It was a good high energy promo. But there was a point in Masters' promo he called Heathen intelligent and stupid in the same sentence. I was confused a little bit. And there was a point in Heathen's promo where he called out Masters of Illusions for not having any illusions and no magic, and there wasn't any magic in this promo. So, I mean, it was a hard one to critique. It was a hard one to judge. But in the end, I'm going to go with Heathen. Great match, though.